Welcome back to Crypto Meets AI. Jerry here with an update for you. Do me a favor, friends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. Now let's get into this. We're sitting at $2.83, trading within a range of 282 to 291. We're down about 2%. We're holding above that 282, 281 support line. Like I said, we do need to break above that $3 mark with some good volume in order to sustain it. XRP is not an ordinary asset. Ripple is not an ordinary company. XRP is the foundation of the new financial system. Yes, we all know all regulations must be in place by 11/22, the global implementation of ISO 20022, so that institutions can use digital assets for settlements, mainly XRP and XLM. ETFs will serve to drive up the price so that it can be used. All eyes on the Clarity Act. SWIFT and Consensys news. Some in the XRP army panicked when SWIFT announced a blockchain prototype with Consensys, Ethereum. Here's why XRP holders don't need to worry and why the fundamentals remain strong. Let's dig in. SWIFT's mission is interoperability. They never plan to pick one token. The new prototype is designed to connect multiple systems, public, private, and existing rails. That's not a threat to XRP. It's validation of the space. Ethereum equals payments optimized. Yes, it's powerful for smart contracts and pilots, but high fees, congestion issues, limited scalability. At scale, these weaknesses show why fast, cheap liquid assets like XRP are needed. XRP's strength and utility in payment. It settles in seconds. It costs fractions of a cent. It's purpose-built for exactly what SWIFT is exploring, moving trillions of dollars across borders. Price hasn't moved. Why? Because the market understands this isn't an ETH beats XRP story. It's about traditional finance embracing blockchain. That's bullish for all utility tokens, especially for XRP. The bottom line, SWIFT's prototype doesn't replace XRP. It proves the future of finance is digital, interoperable, and global. And in that future, XRP is one of the most proven solutions. Stay calm, stay focused. The fundamentals haven't changed, and neither has the price. The markets know better than to panic. Keir Starmer collapses under questioning on digital ID. Bosses who want to hire illegal workers aren't going to check for their digital ID. We'll have to be really clear. They must check, but they're not going to check, are they? This dude's a clown.
One of our viewers got in touch and wanted us to ask this question. Russ Brown wanted us to ask you if you really believe that those profiting from human trafficking will think, oh dear, I have to check your digital ID now. I can't carry on paying you £1.50 an hour to work in my sweatshop.
I'm absolutely convinced that amongst the reasons that people travel through France, which is a safe country, to come to the United Kingdom, amongst the reasons is because it's easier to work in our illegal economy than it is in other countries. And we have to deal with that.
Bosses who are prepared to hire people illegally are not asking them for their national insurance card. So what's the evidence? What makes you think they're suddenly going to ask them for a digital ID?
We need to be really clear. You must have ID, mandatory digital ID, in order to work, because we have to stop illegal working. If you look at any of the raids, we've massively increased the number of raids on working premises. It is absolutely clear that people are working illegally in numbers.
But why do you think that them having a digital ID, having to have a digital ID, would stop that problem when right now people are meant to have a national insurance number and card, and if they're not asked for that, a boss is willing already to break the rules? What's the difference going to be?
Well, the difference is this is on point of starting, not a retrospective exercise as it now is. It is an automatic collection of the information by the government, so we know exactly who is working in our economy, and it will help us enforce the rules that are there. But there's no point people saying to me, why do we need it, when we all acknowledge there is a problem. People are working illegally in our economy. It is amongst the reasons that people want to come to the United Kingdom. We have to deal with that. I made a pledge that we would do whatever was necessary, use whatever tools were available to deal with illegal migration. I intend to do so.
It's pretty clear to me this guy just doesn't care. He's willing to throw the whole UK under the bus and get you guys set on a totalitarian system. Crazy. It's just wild. An open letter, the growing role of tokenized securities. Today, we published an open letter to the World Federation of Exchanges, the WFE. We believe tokenization is not only here to stay, but an essential step forward for global financial markets. However, recent commentary risks conflating poorly conceived and opaque products with thoughtfully designed and transparent tokenized securities. To help set the record straight and share our perspective, we have published the following letter outlining why tokenized real-world assets have an important role to play in building a stronger, more inclusive, and more resilient future of financial markets. In our response, we make clear tokenization is not a loophole. It's the modernization of financial markets. Well-designed products integrate custody, investor protections, transparency, and security on par with or even surpassing traditional systems. Regulators in the US, EU, and globally are already establishing frameworks that recognize tokenized assets as legitimate. Our letter calls on the WFE and its members to distinguish well-designed tokenized securities from ill-conceived counterparts and to shift their focus towards promoting technology-neutral regulations and standards that allow high-quality tokenized products to integrate seamlessly with legacy financial exchanges and market infrastructures. Global capital markets are entering a new phase where tokenization is poised for mass adoption. Ignoring this reality risks stifling innovation, fragmenting markets, and undermining investor trust. Embracing it unlocks stronger, more accessible, and resilient financial system. The digital euro dropped in October. Lagarde praises China's model, a huge red flag. That's a major red flag. This isn't cash, it's control. They'll track every purchase, freeze your account, make your money expire. This is the pipeline to the Western social credit score. Your carbon footprint, your wrong opinions, your non-approved spending will limit your financial freedom. CBDCs are a digital leash. Do not wear it.
Many people are a little worried about what will happen to them with the digital euro. Can you encourage them? Why is the digital euro good for people like you and me?
A digital currency where it has been piloted, and there is only one which is clearly now launched in a very small country, but it is piloted on a fairly large scale in China, is of use and of service to all citizens. So it is not something that is good for the elite or is good for the young or is good for some versus others. If it is well done and if it is well implemented, it would be of service to all citizens.
A CBDC will not benefit its citizens. It will control them. And breaking, SEC Chair Paul Atkins calls today a turning point in American financial history. At the first SEC-CFTC joint roundtable in 14 years, Paul Atkins dropped a line heard across Wall Street. For too long, the SEC and CFTC have operated in parallel lanes, too often in conflict. Today, we are charting a new course. This isn't just regulatory talk. It's the start of a unified SEC-CFTC crypto rules, clearer pathways for ETFs and tokenized assets, a market shift where crypto finally sits at the power table. The era of divided regulators may be ending, and that could change everything for XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XLM.
Today, I believe, marks a turning point in the history of American financial markets. For too long, the SEC and the CFTC have operated in parallel lanes, too often in conflict with each other, leaving the American public to bear the costs of duplication, delay, and uncertainty. That era is behind us. We are charting a new course, one that will solidify America's position as the world's financial leader.
Well, it's about time. They're finally going to be working together instead of against each other. And today's the day, September 30th, the White House executive order modernizing payments to and from America's bank account. You think this is about PayPal? Think again. This is about the rails of tomorrow. Instant settlement, cross-border efficiency, compliance-ready infrastructure. Exactly what Ripple and XRP Ledger has been engineering for a decade. The U.S. isn't just catching up. It's quietly aligning with the only system capable of running money at internet speed. The reset is here, my friends. Well, that's what I have for you, folks. Until next time, stay savvy, stay stacking, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want more crypto deep dives, check out our videos right here on Crypto Meets AI. Thank you for watching. Remember to always do your own research. This is not financial advice.